Thank you for coming. I'm Anna Eshoo. I represent California's very distinguished 14th Congressional District, and I want to welcome you all here this morning. Well, today is, it's not only my birthday, but it is the first day, of the law, the Calm Act, actually being implemented. So TV is about to become quieter. I want to welcome my superb partner in the Senate, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. I couldn't ask for a better partner. We've had a lot of fun working on this, and he, of course, championed the bill in the Senate. I want to welcome former Senator Gordon Smith, who's the president and the CEO of the National Association of Broadcasters, Michael Powell, the former chairman of the FCC, and now the president and the CEO, but these long titles, president and CEO of the National Cable and Television Association, Mark Richter, the president of the Advanced Television Systems Committee, very, very important in terms of the technology and the standard development for this bill. Obviously, without all of these stakeholders, we wouldn't have been successful. How did all of this start? About 4 years ago, I had my family over for dinner. There was a sporting event on television. I was cooking. Everyone was watching and talking. And then the blast arrived. And I shouted out to my brother-in-law, "Do something about that. Turn that thing down." And he turned around and said to me, "Well, you're the congresswoman. Why don't you do something about it?" So when I came back to D.C. after that weekend, I started doing some research and looked at the records at the FCC and found that this was a top consumer complaint actually for decades. In fact, between 2002 and 2009, this was listed as the top consumer complaint. And so I wrote a one-page bill and introduced it, went around to members, and before I could complete the sentence of what this was about, Republicans and Democrats said, "Put my name down." So, so here we are. As I said, it was a simple one-page piece of legislation. I never dreamed that it would strike the chord that it did with the American people. It is the one bill that I've introduced in Congress where I heard from people all over the country. I'm still stopped in the grocery store at home, at the gas station, by members, by former members, by spouses of members asking, when is this going to take effect? So this is obviously, I think, will be a relief to consumers. And we all know what this is. We've all endured it. We've all heard the ads. And so today is the beginning of a new era of quieter TV. The law is really a very simple one. And it's more than a reasonable effort with a reasonable amount of dollars invested in terms of the technology at stations across the country. And so I'm excited about it. It seems to me that, let me just add this. I keep saying it was a one-page bill. By the time the Senate finished with it, it was a two-page bill. So I want to thank the President for signing it into law. And with that, I'd like to call on my wonderful colleague and friend and Senate lead sponsor, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse.
Thank you, Anna. First, let me thank Anna for her leadership on this. I want to also thank the FCC for getting through their rulemaking process and getting all of that done so that today now is in fact the day. And I want to thank my colleague Gordon and Michael and Mark for being here and for the support of their organizations. I have a similar story to Anna's. One of the ways I connect with my constituents in Rhode Island is to host community dinners and put out pasta and meatballs and go to a hall of some kind and have kind of open mic night with whoever wants to come up and have a little supper. And so I've done, I don't know, 130 of those or something, and I've heard from a lot of folks on a lot of issues, and this issue came up once or twice, and I remembered my own, dive for the remote when the blare came from the commercial. So we looked around to see who was doing anything about that, and boom, there was Anna's bill on the House side. So I happily picked it up on the Senate side, and it has been wonderful to work with Representative Anna Eshoo. She is a real get-things-done person, and I'm delighted by this. We had the chance to go up to the White House for the signing of the bill. I think it had been a long day for the president because he clapped us both on the shoulder and said, "This is the best thing to happen to me all day. Everybody loves this bill." And that was a lot of pleasure. I just want to also thank Consumers Union and Consumer Reports for all their effort on this and for their appreciation of this bill. They said, "The CALM Act provides an elegant and common sense solution," at least it did before the Senate added its second page, "to finally ending a 45-year consumer complaint in the United States." Now, I know that everybody in Washington is transfixed by the so-called fiscal cliff, and there are issues of enormous moment for the middle class and for our economy. And measured up against that, this is clearly not the biggest thing happening in Washington, but it is one less nuisance, one less annoyance for regular Americans in their regular lives. And I am very glad to have joined with Anna to quiet the world a little bit for our fellow Americans. Thank you.